Everyone in this room is inspired by you. Who are you inspired by?
Well, Kanye West, obviously. That's what you said.
The boost stage, which is about 70% of the cost of the rocket. So
Which cost is that? How much is that?
well, I mean, it's sort of on the order of $30 to $35 million.
Right, so you want to save that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I tell my team, it's like, imagine there was a pallet of cash that was plummeting through the atmosphere, and it was going to burn up and smash into tiny pieces. Would you try to save it?
Right.
Probably yes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Silicon Valley, accurate or not accurate?
The show?
Yeah.
It starts to get very accurate around episode 4. So it took a few episodes to kind of get grounded. The first few episodes struck me as Hollywood making fun of Hollywood's idea of Silicon Valley, which is like not on point. But then by about the 4th or 5th episode, season 1, it really starts to get good, and then by season 2, it's amazing. In fact, reality, the truth is stranger than fiction. All the crazy stuff you see in that show, Silicon Valley, the reality is way crazier than that.
Stay a while.
Is there a parallel with how you build companies in that story?
I hope not.
Let's see what this thing can do.
Yeah, watch this. That could be awkward with a rocket launch.
And we're funding the company for merchandise sales. So thank you for anyone who's bought our flamethrower. You will not be sorry, or maybe you will. It won't be boring.
Come with me where moonbirds hits the sky.
And he's a designer, so he's good at sort of the styling of the cars, but he thinks it's all about styling, and it's not. It's really, this is, the reason we don't have electric cars is not for lack of styling.
Right.
We were first talking about the concept. Tunnels feel like a resolutely old school solution to a problem.
I'm sad that I invented tunnels.
Are you now like, fuck no, I am not starting another company? Are you still thinking that?
Yes, that's how I feel. That is.
That picture at the end is a picture of one of the circuit boards inside the Roadster, right?
We try to confuse the aliens as much as possible.
Moonbeams meet the sky, and you and I will walk the by on by.
Well, this is really winning.
Thanks for not lighting this place on fire.
You're welcome. Yeah, a spoon is just a small bowl on a stick used to eat from a larger bowl. He's earnestly presenting this in Congress.
Also, it's kind of tipping into the political area, which is like, I don't know, who needs it?
You know what would be funny? Get off my lawn.
That would
Just get off my lawn would be great.
That would be really good.
Hi, my name is Rahul Sanad from Los Angeles, and I have a Tesla watch.
We do not make Tesla watches, I should point out.
It's electric. But
How much money did y'all spend with that kind of $5, $10, $20 incentive to get that critical mass going?
That was a fair amount. I think it was probably $60 or $70 million.
Oh wow, okay, so it was a substantial.
Yeah,
okay, so we're not talking peanuts here. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, it depends on your relative scale.
Yeah,
it's a peanut to Google.
Yes, no, that's right. That's right.
Yes, peanut.
Why don't you have Solar City providing your electricity?
This is a little sad. The reason we don't have solar power right now is that Tesla is not yet a good enough credit. I know this sounds ridiculous.
Let me guess. You are a no-case guy.
That's correct. Ooh. Living on the edge.
The point of doing this is to just give the hardcore smackdown to gasoline cars.
So I actually went to Russia 3 times to look at buying a refurbished ICBM. Because that was the best deal. And I can tell you it was very weird going there in late 2001, 2002, going to the Russian rocket forces and saying, I'd like to buy 2 of your biggest rockets, but you can keep the nuke.
What's the actual biggest failure that you've gone through to get to where you are?
Question?
I mean, we blew up 3 rockets in the beginning.
No, people are nervous and they're worried. You are aware of that. So knowing that, why would you do an April Fool's joke that you did?
Oh, because there were all these media articles saying that Tesla's going bankrupt.
Yes.
So I thought, well, I'll just do an April Fool's joke that we did go bankrupt.
But Elon, that's not funny when people are nervous.
I mean, it's April Fool's. People should, like, lighten up, okay?
Oh my god, dude. So fucking dead.
Jesus.
So
Wait, is that a
fucking
real
dead.
picture?
I think that's a real photo of a deer that probably jumped into a pool and then just fucking thrashed around and drowned. So that's
Jeez, is that true?
That's delightful.
You know what? Is that actually happened?
Of course it happened. I think this is a reflection of how like just
Oh my god.
dark.
I just don't know how you manage your time. I don't understand it. It doesn't even seem humanly possible. What would you call yourself?
I'm a business magnet. Can someone please change my Wikipedia page to magnet?
They'll change it right now.
Please
It's
change
probably
it
already changed.
It's locked. So somebody has to
Oh.
be able to unlock it and change it to magnet.
Someone will get
I want to
that.
be a magnet.
I mean, just think of the various things you've been able to accomplish in a very short amount of time. And you're constantly doing this. You're a weird person, right? Like, what if there's a million Elon Musks?
Well, that would be very, very weird.
Woo.
Yeah, that'd be pretty weird. I agree.
Real weird.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What if there were a million Joe Rogans?
Oh, there probably is. It's probably 2 million.
My laptop just about sets my pants on fire. How do you keep all of those from just cooking that car?
Are you sitting on your laptop?
Thanks for the introduction.
I mean, let's see. I think you're familiar with this joke.
Elon is all frozen today. He never got so much press attention.
Didn't you say to me earlier in this conversation, we don't want to do business with jerks?
Who does?
Right. Well, in my business, sadly, it's occasionally necessary.
Much unfortunate.
You're competing with the likes of Jeff Bezos in...
Jeff who? Jeff who?
It's so difficult to predict the future. 99.99% of the predictions that human being had in history about the future, all wrong.
Including that one?
Oh yeah. Only, you know, the 0.00% of the prediction are right. They're right because by accident.
Yeah, but it's also true that 80% of statistics are false.
Yeah. So my meaning is
Cold
that
room. Come on, guys. That was a joke.
Well, where will Tesla be in 10 years? you know? Mars. Exactly.
And a few years ago, people were laughing at you. Now, not so much. I mean,
okay.
Okay, what is this? Stop sending me this shit. Wait, that's not Post at all. Who is that guy?
That's me. That's
Oh
me.
my
That's
God, is that a
me.
weird combination of you and Post?
Yes.
And this is a real, is this a real tweet?
No.
Okay. Man, dude.
That automatically plugs into your car when you get home.
This looks a little wrong. You know.
That really looks like the thing that jacks into the back of Neo's head.
Are you sure the studio's clean?
In the Matrix.
Right.
All right, is that thing going to attack me in my sleep?
I wouldn't, for the prototype at least, I would recommend not dropping anything when you're near it.
Okay.
Oh, here's a good one. Look.
The cat ate the melon.
Yeah, and now it looks.
The cat ate a
look at that
watermelon.
cat.
Now it looks like a watermelon.
Now the cat looks like a fucking watermelon. Are you kidding me? Good luck with all this footage.
Yeah, that's a legit samurai sword from an actual samurai from the 1500s.
Okay.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Yeah. Good.
All right.
What's crazy is that more than 500 years later, that thing is still pristine.
No, I'm not going to because you're not going to do that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
This is...
Podcast room.
Yeah.
Perhaps I just stabbed you.
Okay.
This is a terrible idea.
Hey, you want to do this?
This
is pretty great.
Yeah, this is the queen.
Have you seen this one?
I saw it earlier today.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Be aware she can move in any direction.
The queen is very powerful.
I like that she's standing perfectly in that black square.
Yeah.
And it makes you think she's gonna just only step into squares, like almost like Cubert.
She's with a bishop.
Oh, she's with a bishop.
Yes. And the bishop.
So this is like a game of chess.
Yes.
Essentially. And notice he's also on a black square.
He is. A queen and a bishop.
I can whistle. You can whistle? Actually, can you whistle anything for us? I'm just curious. Are you actually good at it?
Yeah, not bad at whistling.
Wait, Fly Me to the Moon. Do you know how to whistle that?
Sure.
Fill my heart with song.
It's beautiful. That's really nice.
You're welcome.
In other words.
But the universe is the answer. And that really, what are the questions we should be asking to better understand the nature of the universe?
Where you're selling your houses, you say you don't want any material possessions, and I've been seeing all that, and I've been really excited to talk to you about this.
I think possessions kind of weigh you down. They're kind of an attack vector. You know, people say, "Hey, billionaire, you got all this stuff." Like, well, now I don't have stuff. Now what are you gonna do?
I have to watch my jokes here. Not everyone gets irony. You know, must remember.
What's a dream house for Elon Musk? Like some Tony Stark type shit?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you got to have the dome that opens up with the stealth helicopter and that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
What about government policies? Like, one of the things that I would like to do is I would just like to keep working on my email as I'm driving to work.
Sure.
You know, there's a 30.
Some people do that already.
Like I said, I would like to do it without breaking the law.
Oh, yes. Okay.
If you could take one person to Mars, who would it be?
But we're not like have to populate the planet or anything.
No, you don't. It could be
someone extremely fertile.
So the thing that's going to be the major challenge for us over the next 6 to 9 months is how do we build a huge number of cars? And frankly, we're going to be in production hell. Welcome. Welcome to production hell.
If you guys want to stand one on either side of Elon and grab the trophy, this is yours to celebrate. Let's get all together here. All right.
I'm curious, this may be an odd question, but one that I find fascinating. As you think here today back to your younger self, is there any advice you wish you could have given your younger self with hindsight, given what you know now?
Well, I mean, I give like a lot of advice. I think.
There have been 3 flights so far, and each one has obviously the goal is to get into orbit. Each one has sort of not made it. How did you deal with the...
Well, we got to space.
Okay, you got to space, but it
Yeah.
didn't... You didn't get where you wanted to go.
Not all the way.
Sorry.
Well, you know,
so, but
you don't necessarily go all the way on the first few dates.
SpaceX has...
But it's just in terms of how to think about a life trajectory, perhaps, or how to pursue your passions?
I mean, I'm reasonably happy with how things turned out. So it's like...
Touche.
Yes. Not terrible.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I didn't know.
It was like Mr. Hollywood's walked into town.
Okay.
And it was like, well, you know.
Do I seem Hollywood?
Maybe.
Have the world's biggest battery, have the world's biggest banana, have the world's biggest prawn.
And it's akin to the big pineapple or the big banana. It's just one of those kitsch
I don't
kind
sure
of...
what... Wait, is that a real thing?
They're a tourist attraction, actually.
Okay. Oh, look at my...
Well, it was.
So is it like the world's biggest banana or something?
Something like
Okay.
that.
If you can succeed in being less wrong, most of the time you're doing great.
That's a great way of putting it. Aspire to be less wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be the furthest that life's ever traveled, the first life on Mars, and you'd have this great shot of green planets on a red background, and I thought, okay, maybe that would get
the money shot. You got to beam
that would be the money
that
shot, yeah. I'm never quite sure whether that's a sort of a word you can use or not.
Now I'm realizing maybe I should.
You know, I didn't know its origins until somebody pointed it out to me, but. So.
Okay, moving back to that greenhouse on Mars. Yeah.
The Model X is now over 2 years late. What went wrong?
Well, I do have an issue with punctuality, I have to admit. If you buy a gasoline car that's not full self-driving, this is like riding a horse and using a flip phone. I'm like, hello. This is not wise.
Yeah, so back here we have the vault.
Okay.
Touch of a button. Just opens right up like magic.
That's very cool. And a good-sized bed, yeah.
If you want to mount like a missile launcher or something, you can do that.
Yeah.
So do you see this as missionary activity? You're over here trying to convert Jeremy Clarkson.
I don't think there'll be any converting of Jeremy Clarkson.
Okay.
That seems quite unlikely.
And how strong is that?
So, it's pretty stout.
People of Tesla!
Do you want to see the car? Yeah! Well, we don't have it for you tonight. I'm just kidding, of course. It's April Fool's somewhere. All right, let's bring him out. Actually, what's important here is, survives a nuclear explosion, or you get a full refund. Okay, full refund.
Hi, Elon. I'm John Younger, and I have to say...
Pour some more wine here.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, this is going to get better and better as the...
It is.
Now, when you say civilization's fragile, do you mean because of this COVID-19 shit that's going on right now?
What's that? Never heard of it.
It's this thing.
Yeah, no.
It's like some people just get a cough.
No idea what you're talking about.
Other people, it gets much worse.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, we don't think too much about what competitors are doing.
Yeah.
Just because I think it's important to be just focused on making the best possible products. You know, it's sort of maybe analogous to what they say about, you know, if you're in a race.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what the other runners are doing.
Yeah.
Just run.
Yeah.
Here we are on top of our giant ball of liquid oxygen. They say SpaceX has big balls, and it's true.
But, you know, to push that metaphor even more, are you afraid that whoever's hosting the race could tilt the race in favor of the Chinese racer?
I'm trying to figure out if there's any way to answer that question and not lose. You could power the entire United States with about, let's say, 150 to 200 square kilometers of solar panels. The entire United States. Take a corner of Utah. Not much going on there. I've been there. First generation was parachutes to a water landing, then arguably sort of wings and gear, landing legs, landing gear. Then like the sort of third generation is propulsive landing with precision. I mean, if you saw a movie about the future with aliens landing, how do they land? Like that. Okay, obviously, they don't like, I mean, it'd be kind of weird if the aliens landed in the ocean with parachutes. I'm like, okay, nothing to fear.
Save your brain state like a saved game in a video game.
Whoa. like if you want to swap from Windows 95 to
hopefully a little better than that, but yeah.
I think we are Windows 95 right now.
From a future perspective, probably.
With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Didn't work out.
If there's ever sort of a apocalyptic scenario of some kind, hypothetically, you just press the bioweapon defense mode button. This is a real button. Yeah, we're trying to be a leader in apocalyptic defense scenarios.
Man, I tell you, I'm pretty sure I'd know, if there were aliens. I've not seen any sign of aliens. So like, well, is the military hiding aliens in Area 51 or something, That's a popular meme. Well, let me tell you, the fastest way to increase defense funding would be to bring out, like, hey, we found an alien. People are like, more money for defense, definitely. This is guaranteed. That would be like on display in 2 seconds.
Thanks, Elon. And I don't believe you about the aliens.
I hope I'm wrong. I mean, I hope they're like, well, if they are here, I hope they're nice. They haven't killed us yet, so they must be not that bad.
I find Twitter quite engaging.
How do you have the time?
Well, I mean, it's like 5 minutes every couple hours type thing. It's not like I'm sitting on it all day.
The system is fully capable of carrying biological cargo, which is, people.
And then transforming that into some sort of a biological state. Like you could hang out with 30-year-old you.
I mean, the possibilities are endless.
That's so weird.
There's a lot of people, some of them citizen scientists, some of them they're just newbies when it comes to tracking things in space. They're going to try and track the Tesla and understand what's happening to it. Like that movie, Dude, Where's My Car? And other than the live webcam today, what is SpaceX going to do to interact with this community of Tesla trackers once the car leaves orbit? Do you have a plan, or are you just going to kind of wait and see what bubbles up on the internet and react to it?
We don't have a plan. No plan. Maybe discovered by some future alien race, thinking, what the heck, what were these guys doing? Did they worship this car? Why do they have a little car in the car? That'll really confuse them.
We need some volunteers to be colonists. Do we have any colonist volunteers here for Mars?
Actually, not many hands raised, by the way.
We saw the movie. We saw what happened. He got back.
Yeah. So it was good. I actually enjoyed the movie. So.
Do you think he could have gotten back like that? Was that plausible?
Well, I thought there was some connection. It was like 80% scientifically correct. But there did connect a series of improbable events.
Such as?
Say. Well, I mean, I don't think you can sort of just take off from Mars on an unguided rocket, really, and then prick your finger on the spacesuit and navigate to a spaceship. Right? Yeah. Not impossible, just extremely unlikely.
Do you think there is other intelligent life outside the Earth?
It seems probable.
But I think this is one of the great questions in physics and philosophy, is where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us, I don't know. Some people think I'm an alien. Not true. Not true.
But maybe we are alien.
Of course I'd say that,
maybe
wouldn't
we
I?
are alien.
Literally of any
What is
kind.
this? The largest rocket, the largest building. I mean,
Well, I mean, I think it's not scale for scale's sake. It's just like if you say, well, we want to accomplish these goals, then you kind of have to make a big thing. So,
okay.
Should tax things that are most likely to be bad rather than, like that's why we tax cigarettes and alcohol, because those are probably bad for you. Certainly cigarettes are. And
I think Mars should really have great bars. The Mars bar. Sorry.
Crazy car to have as a daily driver, particularly on the 405.
So, but I understand when you got it,
Yeah.
you're driving down 280, and you wrecked it.
No. Well.
And let me just tell the story, and then you can correct
all
it, because the story's great, and I hope it's
yeah.
true.
Let's see if the story that you tell is actually how that compares to the reality, because the reality is pretty messed up.
So, hopefully the reality's better. So you wreck the car, you get out of the car, you're doubling over with laughter, and the person with you said, "Why are you laughing that you just wrecked this car?" And you said, "No, you don't know the funny part. It wasn't insured."
Well, the punchline's correct.
How do you plan a business where you know, the rocket business, you know some of these things are going to blow up on the launch pad? How does the business plan work?
I don't really have a business plan.
The plane thing is not a good idea in my view. The plane, and the reason I think is, like, intuitively it seems like a plane should work, but actually if you consider that really every mode of transport has a design that is appropriate to its medium. And if you're in space, wings are not very useful because there's no air. And then if you want to go somewhere other than Earth, there's also no runways. So these are important considerations.
Going back to Mars, what kind of government do you envision for the first Martian colony?
We're have to be careful
and what's your title?
Yeah, exactly. Emperor or God Emperor? I don't know. Might be too much. I don't know. If you watch my jokes here, not everyone gets irony. Must remember.
What would be your mediocre superpower? Now, this is absurd to ask you because Tony Stark is partially modeled after you.
Right.
So you actually are sort of have real. So we were going to ask you to
He doesn't
downgrade.
technically have a superpower, I guess, except like inventing technology or something.
Right. So we're sort of asking you to downgrade from that a bit. So an example of a mediocre superpower would be one of the best ones we've ever gotten is this guy who wished to temporarily detach his arm while spooning with a girl. Sometimes it's staying.
That's what he wants to do with a girl?
That's awesome.
But how? I mean, on a regular day for you, are you sleeping? You're not sleeping a lot, right?
Oh, geez, do I look that bad?
No.
Yeah. Actually met a woman I dated briefly in college, who now works at Scientific American as a writer, and she related the anecdote that we went on a date. All I was talking about was electric cars. That was not a winning conversation.
So it was a bit of a monologue, was it?
Yeah, she said she said the first question I asked her was, "Do you ever think about electric cars?" She said, "No, she never does."
So you learn from that. That wasn't the best shut-up line.
Wasn't great. But it has recently it's been more effective.
There you go. I know this man.
But when we talk, I remember when you first told me that you were thinking about tunnels,
When did I first tell you about that?
Years ago.
Okay, it's like a long time ago.
Yeah,
Like,
I thought you were joking.
Yeah, it was. I was joking, but
Young people globally want to be like Elon Musk. What's your advice to them?
I think that probably they shouldn't want to be.
You?
I think it sounds better than it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not as much fun being me as you'd think. I don't know.
You don't think so?
No. There's definitely, it could be worse for sure, but it's, I'm not sure I'm not sure I want to be me.
Okay.
But if